Hi, I did this before. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet came out 2 weeks ago. I posted my first video last week. So maybe you wanna go check that out? I don't know, I think it would be... Today, I'm going to be playing through one of the other side quests in the game, called Starfall Street. This is a quest about the evil team for the game called Team Star. Why don't we just jump into it? I'm going to rush through a lot of the beginning because I go into further detail in part 1. So, you can go watch part 1. I chose Sprigatito as my starter. Meet Nimona.
Hey yo, what the?
Fall down a cliff. That animation. Meet a mean guy named Arvin. And set my sights for Yuba Academy in Mesagoza. After a quick change-up of my look, I run into a girl who is being bullied by Team Star, who is our main target for this video. The battle really wasn't hard, as Nimona gave us a Terror Orb, which allows us to terrestrialize. Here's a definition on screen. The girl's name was actually Penny. And, yeah. She was getting bullied. What else do you want me to say? After talking to Arvin, I was about to leave when suddenly my phone got hacked by someone named Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia, why don't you cast open these nuts? Oh, I have to include that in the video, don't I? They talk about how they want to take down Team Star for all their evil doings. When they hang up, the director of our school, Director Clavel, tells us to shut up, and so we leave. After going outside, Cassiopeia hacks into my phone again and tells me about all the Team Star bases, which there are 5 by the way, around the Paldea region. Alright, long beginning out of the way, let's get into the game. And very quickly, we're skipping pretty far ahead, because when I was filming for my Victory Road video, I accidentally ran into Team Star's Segin squad. I agreed to be part of Cassiopeia's operation, and then we meet Clive. He's kind of familiar looking, if you know what I mean. And he also gets accepted into the operation. He's apparently an academy student, just like us. Very believable. After basically murdering the Team Star grunts animals, this is where the story stops for a bit. Mainly because I was completing the Path of Legends quest and the Victory Road quest. So, yeah, skipping ahead. Now my Pokemon were very high leveled. And no, this was before the massacre on the Chansey species. And, we'll talk about that later. And because I was very high leveled, I went in expecting this to be super easy. And well, let's just say it turned out exactly how I thought it would. I rang the bell and started on the mission. I had to kill 30 Pokemon with the auto battle technique, which is literally exactly what it sounds like. With all that being super easy, then the boss comes out. His name is Giacomo, I think. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. And after a pretty big loss, he handed it his 2-week notice. Oh yeah! Then we learned that Team Star actually had a code of conduct, which was constructed by this guy. They're also waiting for someone. The strongest boss in all of Team Star. Learn about all of that. You get hacked again by Cassiopeia, who gives us some crypto or Bitcoin or whatever. Then Penny shows up, as now she is also part of Operation Starfall. And she gives me some Pokemon parts, let's just say. Cool, 1 down, 4 to go. Now I take on Team Star's Fire Squad, which is located near Levancia, where I meet Clive, who kind of looks like Director Clavel. I don't want to be that one guy, but he kind of looks like Director Clavel. I'm just saying it, but you know, I digress. I head up to the base where I battle another Team Star grunt. Clyde comes back with this little buddy right here. Oh, he's so cute. And his name is Charlos. We love Charlos. Another hack from Cassiopeia, and they tell me all about the Schedar squad. Schedar? And they're burning passion or, you know, some shit like that. I ring their very real ring doorbell. Not sponsored, by the way. This fight was a little bit difficult because, you know, my starter was at a disadvantage. But whatever, it's not like it was hard or anything. Then Mommy comes out. Oh, jeez. Anyway, Mila, yeah, comes out with her truck. And now for the battle, yeah. Oh yeah, and also her Tesla Model X goes down pretty fast. It was just a big disappointment. Then, again, we were taken to around a year and a half ago. We learned that Mila was very much the fire of the group, being very intimidating. Then we learned about Operation Star, and their biggest comeback ever. But against who? And we're still hearing about this big boss figure. So who is the big boss? But they say Operation Star is apparently their biggest treasure. We don't have answers now, but we did defeat the fire base. I'm running out of ideas! And after getting some Ethereum and Pokemon parts, 2 down, 3 to go. Now to the Poison Group. After meeting up with Afro Man, Miss Director Clive. Director Clavel. Clive. We see a kid who really wants to speak to the boss of the group, whose name I don't even want to try to pronounce. He is apparently his compadre and owes something to him. I mean, I beat up the kid. Wait, no! Then I ring the abode doorbell, and now it's time to storm the base. Kinda. This is where my level gap sort of started to catch up with me. And a lot of my team is weak to poison, so it was kind of a challenge. But I managed to wreck 30 more Pokemon, and now my kill count is officially 90. By the way. I killed the Skuntank, the Revavroom, and the Toyota. And then, once again, we go back in time to nearly a year and a half ago. This boss was a costume designer, and obviously designed all the costumes that Team Star was wearing. But again, we learn more about Team Star. The supposed bullies themselves were actually the ones getting bullied. Team Star was made to stop the bullies at the academy, and they used that through Operation Star. But whatever happened to these bullies? And still, who is the big boss? And a question that I haven't really asked is, who is Cassiopeia? And what are their intentions for taking down Team Star? We still have many questions that are not answered. The kid had come to talk to the boss and try and not get him expelled from the academy. But now, I beat the Poison Crew. Hey, that's what I'm talking about! I got some Binance and some more TMs and animal parts. 3 down, 2 to go. Alright, the next crew is the Fairy Crew, which the boss there is the youngest member out of all of them. I mean, his freaking piano teacher is here. Like, what the frick, man? I mean, it's kind of funny. Anyway, Clive shows some concerns for who Cassiopeia is. I mean, I think we all do. And we take on the piano lesson guy, by the way, and kind of struggle, but ultimately we come on top. Now I ring the base's front point and start the challenge. The base hunt was still a little harder, and no, this is still before the tragedy of the Chanseys, which it was something, let's just say. The fight was also pretty simple. Not many casualties. Oh, yeah, and also the Ford went down a little bit, and it had a bit of a fight, but yeah, it went down. And now, for the 4th time, we go back 1.5 years again. We learned that the bullies were very much scared of Operation Star, and ended up leaving the academy. In fact, according to some of the bosses, the bullies didn't even put up much of a fight. More along the lines of being cowards. But in doing Operation Star, they damaged their own reputation. And because of the previous director, all records of them doing any good at the school were destroyed. And I guess that's why everyone thought they weren't pretty evil. But now we know why Team Star was made, but we still don't know who made it. Hell yeah! I got some more tether and, more parts. But 4 down, 5 to go. Before I talk about this, just know this was actually recorded after the Great Attack of the Chanseys that happened in 22. And yeah, it was really boring, and I have a huge number of Chansey parts now, and I don't want to ever use them. But after checking out the new mountain area, which I had never been in, I go to the fighting type base where I meet Clive, who is already battling the boss of the base, and actually named Grunt tells the boss to go rest up, and she wants to battle me. Well, I mean, what did you expect me to do at this point? I won. Cassiopeia tells us that this is the final base, and that this will be the toughest one of all. I know we're pretty late into the video, but here's my team going into it. We have Salad the Meowscarda, Good Boy the Arcanine, Doug the Lucario, Pooper the used-to-be Wooper, Mag the Magneton, and Big Boy the Dragonite. And after reading oh, I ran out of doorbell brand names. Yeah, I infiltrated the base and killed another 30 Pokemon. But now I was thinking more about Cassiopeia. How I have absolutely no idea who they are and what they want to accomplish. I challenged Arieis to the battle, which is harder than usual, because fighting type Pokemon are pretty much stronger. But I do win regardless. For the final time, we go back to that fateful day 1.5 years ago. Except, we pretty much know everything. And even when we encounter the Grunt, she tells us stuff we already know. But yet, our real question is really yet to be answered. Well, I guess that's all of them. Who is Cassiopeia? The one question we've been asking ourselves the full video. Who is the boss of Team Star as well? Don't worry, search out for them. The true identity of the big boss is none other than me. I knew it. I literally knew it. I knew it. That was, oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to keep it from you for so long. The whole time. Everything that has been leading up to this. As they tell us to meet in the schoolyard after dark. I make my way to the school where I see Clive, who turns out to be Director Clavel. That was so interesting. Oh my god. But what really threw me through a loop was that he confirmed that the big boss was him. While battling him, I didn't quite know what to think. I beat him pretty easily before realizing that he was lying about being the big boss. And then he gets yelled at by Time. You know, the math teacher. But as I go into the building, and inevitably the courtyard, something doesn't make sense. Who could Cassiopeia be? Well, only one person has never been there while Cassiopeia was calling. Only one. Penny, the girl we helped from the start. The big boss of Team Star is Penny. Her plan was to make herself lose to me in order to disband Team Star. So we engage in a battle. That was honestly not that hard. In fact, it was pretty easy. And Clive, the whole time, was recording for all of Team Star to watch. So we go back in time, once again, to after Operation Star took place. Cassiopeia knows that the group needs to stop. What they did was not okay, and everything about that. But the others refuse. And again, we see how secretive Penny is. She takes the full blame for everything. And leaves the group just to protect them. But everything changes once the bosses show up. Team Star gets punished by having to run their own things that mimic the style of the Team Star bases. Then Director Clavel tells me to go to his office. By the way, he famously revealed that he is Director Clavel, and it was pretty funny. He congratulates me, and Penny comes in and admits clean how she's been stealing the crypto illegally. Then Penny and I meet outside, where she thanks me and gives me a TM. And she wants to know, how on earth could I repay the debt that she owes me? And before I go, I started a VOD channel. It's called Arieis VODs. You should go check it out if you really want to. I already uploaded the full adventure of Team Star on there. Give it a watch if you really like. But anyway, thanks for watching this video, and have a great rest of your day.